Everyone and their grandmother keeps preaching about rice and beans like they're the holy grail of emergency food. But here's the truth nobody wants to admit: they're not enough. Not even close. Most people's food storage plans are a complete joke, not because they didn't buy food, but because they stocked their pantries with garbage that either spoils in 6 months, barely feeds anyone, or stops working the second the power goes out. When your budget's tight and the supply chain starts looking sketchy, just having calories isn't going to cut it. Your family needs food that'll sit on a shelf for a decade without going bad, actually provides the nutrients your body needs to function, and keeps everyone going when the world outside gets unpredictable and chaotic. So today, we're cutting through the BS and looking at 6 foods that leave rice and beans in the dust for long-term survival. And no, I'm not talking about those ridiculously overpriced freeze-dried astronaut meals or turning your basement into some doomsday bunker. You don't need fancy gadgets or wilderness skills that take years to master. What you actually need is to stop buying stupid stuff and start choosing foods that make sense. Practical, won't bankrupt you, and will actually be there when you need them. Rice and beans? Sure, they're a decent starting point. But if that's all you're depending on, you've got massive holes in your nutrition, your calorie intake, and how you can actually use the stuff. Most families stock what feels comfortable and familiar. Snacks, boxed dinners, whatever's on sale that week. That's fine when life is normal. But when things get real, and they will get real, that approach fails hard in 3 critical ways. First up, shelf life is pathetic. Most of that stuff goes bad or loses its nutritional value long before you actually need it. Second, the calories are a joke. Your family will burn through energy faster than you can say, "What's for dinner?" when stress hits. Third, you're totally dependent on the grid. If your food needs refrigeration or constant trips to the store, you're screwed the moment the system hiccups. Real long-term survival means stocking foods that last years without babysitting them, pack enough energy to keep your body functioning under stress, and can be prepared without needing a fancy kitchen or unlimited fuel. This list breaks down 6 specific foods that completely outclass rice and beans. Every single one is affordable, one has a proven track record, and works for actual families, not just hardcore survivalists. By the time you finish reading, you'll know exactly how to build a pantry that functions when things fall apart, and which food even the most experienced preppers consider absolutely essential. Item number 1. Rolled oats. Rolled oats are the survival food everyone ignores, and that's their loss. They're incredibly versatile and last forever. Unlike most pantry junk, oats give you serious nutrition without requiring a ton of prep work, which makes them perfect when emergencies drag on and on. They pack high calories, solid protein for a plant food, and tons of fiber. That means sustained energy, your digestive system keeps working, and you actually feel full. All crucial when stress is trying to destroy your body. When fuel is scarce or cooking becomes a pain in the ass, oats are stupid easy to prepare. Just add hot water. Hell, you can even use cold water if you have to. You can eat them for breakfast, use them to thicken soups and stews, or throw together a quick meal when the day's kicking your butt. Here's why rolled oats solve multiple problems at once. They're familiar food, which keeps morale up when everything else is going sideways for weeks or months. They're also extremely fuel efficient, way less energy needed to cook compared to most other staples. A single pound gives you somewhere around 1,700 to 1,800 calories and 70 to 75 grams of protein. That's real nutrition that'll sustain your family long-term. Short on time or resources? Soak them overnight in cold water and save your fuel entirely, or simmer them briefly for a hot meal. So either way, you're not wasting precious resources. For storage and shelf life, rolled oats are genuinely excellent. Stick them in airtight Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, store them somewhere cool and dry, and they'll last 10 to 15 years easily. Just avoid the flavored crap or instant varieties. Those have added sugar and preservatives that kill the shelf life and reduce the calories you're actually getting. Proper storage means oats remain a reliable energy source for over a decade without any risk of spoilage. That's what makes them essential. Cost-wise, rolled oats are dirt cheap, often under $2 per pound when you buy in bulk. That works out to literal pennies per serving of quality calories. Compare that to freeze-dried meals, packaged cereals, or snack foods, and it's not even close. For families on a budget, their oats let you stockpile massive amounts of calories and nutrition without spending a fortune. The mistakes people make: they underestimate how much they need, or they buy those pre-flavored instant packets that spoil faster and give you less nutritional bang for your buck. Some people store oats in regular plastic containers that aren't truly airtight, leaving them wide open to pests and moisture damage. For serious long-term prep, store at least 10 to 15 pounds per person minimum. Better yet, go for 25 to 30 pounds per person if you want a robust supply for extended emergencies. That's the range that actually matters. Bottom line, rolled oats aren't just breakfast. They're a legit long-term survival staple. The combination of being cheap, nutritious, versatile, and lasting over a decade makes them absolutely indispensable in any family's emergency food system. Store them right, rotate them intelligently, and oats ensure hunger stays managed, energy stays up, and meal prep stays flexible even when circumstances are terrible. Item number 2, honey. Honey is massively underrated as a survival food. It's valued for its insane shelf life, sure, but also for how many different ways you can actually use it and what it can do beyond just being sweet. Unlike other sweeteners that go bad, honey is naturally antimicrobial and will literally last forever when you store it correctly in a sealed, dry container. Not years, forever. In a survival scenario, honey gives you concentrated calories and energy that's ridiculously easy to consume. No cooking required, no prep. Well, just eat it straight or use it in tons of different ways, from making other bland foods taste better to creating basic medicinal remedies. The natural flavor and familiarity help keep your mental state stable when food options become depressing and limited. It's both functional and comforting, which matters more than people think. Here's the problem honey solves. First, it's an instant calorie source that keeps energy levels up during high physical or mental stress periods. 1 tablespoon packs roughly 60 calories, and you can eat it directly, mix it into oatmeal, stir it into tea, or add it to homemade energy bars for quick fuel. Second, honey serves medicinal and hygiene purposes that most people completely overlook. Use it as a wound dressing for minor cuts and scrapes. Use it as a cough suppressant. Use it in simple home remedies to support gut health and boost immunity. When medical supplies are limited or gone, honey's natural antimicrobial properties make it a practical first aid tool. Storage-wise, honey is ridiculously easy to maintain. Keep it in a sealed, airtight container away from heat and moisture. Done. Stored this way, honey remains safe and edible indefinitely, even in less than perfect conditions. It might crystallize over time, but that doesn't hurt safety or nutrition at all. Just warm it gently and it goes back to liquid. Because it needs zero refrigeration and you can carry it anywhere, honey is especially useful for mobile setups or compact emergency storage situations. Cost is another massive advantage. Honey is everywhere. And buying in bulk cuts the price down to a fraction of what you'd pay for processed sugars. Given how calorie-dense it is and all the different ways you can use it, honey delivers one of the best value per serving ratios of any survival food out there. That makes it an affordable addition to any family's emergency pantry without question. The mistakes people make with honey: storing it in containers that are not fully sealed, or exposing it to moisture, which causes fermentation and ruins it. Many preppers also drastically underestimate how much they actually need. A practical guideline is at least 2 to 3 pounds per person for medium-term prep. Larger households should probably have 5 to 10 pounds to ensure a sustainable supply for both eating and first aid use. The key takeaway: honey is way more than just a sweetener. It's a high-calorie, long-lasting, multi-purpose survival food. Its ability to provide nutrition, medical benefits, and rock-solid long-term storage reliability makes it a staple that beats most traditional pantry items, hands down. For families getting ready for extended disruptions, honey is both a practical and strategic addition to your survival system. Item number 3, powdered milk and potato flakes. Powdered milk. Powdered milk combines long shelf life, solid nutritional value, and versatility, making it a cornerstone for extended preparedness. Fresh milk spoils in days. Powdered milk stays stable for years when stored properly, giving you essential protein, calcium, and other nutrients that are critical for maintaining strength, bone health, and keeping your body actually functioning. But this is especially valuable for families with kids or anyone who needs a reliable source of quality nutrition during emergencies. You can reconstitute powdered milk with water to drink it straight, add it to cereal or oatmeal, use it in baking, or even make butter and cheese if you want more culinary flexibility and variety. Here's what powdered milk solves. In a survival scenario, fresh dairy is almost never an option because of spoilage, refrigeration requirements, and transportation problems. Powdered milk delivers a shelf-stable alternative that fills the nutritional gap, offering protein, fats, and calcium in a compact, lightweight form. Including it in your long-term food system ensures your family has access to essential nutrients even when fresh foods are completely unavailable. Plus, powdered milk is versatile in cooking and meal prep, making it easier to maintain a balanced diet without relying on limited or perishable ingredients. Storage and shelf life is where powdered milk really dominates. Keep it in airtight containers away from heat, moisture, and light, and it can last 10 to 20 years. Add oxygen absorbers and mylar bags, and you extend its durability even further, guaranteeing a dependable supply for long-term emergencies. Unlike canned or liquid dairy, it takes up minimal space, weighs almost nothing, and you can easily rotate it into regular meals to prevent waste. Cost perspective, powdered milk is highly affordable. Bulk purchases often drop the price to just a few dollars per pound, giving you significant nutritional value for your investment. Compared to fresh milk that just spoils and needs refrigeration, powdered milk is far more efficient in both cost and storage. That makes it a practical choice for families trying to maximize value in their emergency food reserves. The mistakes people make, storing powdered milk in containers that aren't airtight, exposing it to moisture, or keeping it in high heat areas, all of which reduce shelf life and can spoil the product. Another common error is underestimating quantity. At minimum, store 5 to 10 pounds per person for medium-term prep. For a robust supply during extended periods, go for 15 to 20 pounds per person. Bottom line, powdered milk is a long-lasting, nutrient-dense, versatile food that fills a critical gap in any survival pantry. Its combination of shelf stability, affordability, and practical use makes it indispensable for families building a reliable system that can support nutrition on energy and meal variety over months or even years of disruption. Powdered potato flakes. On the other hand, powdered potato flakes are a long-lasting survival food that combines shelf stability, calorie density, and versatility, making them essential for any emergency pantry. Fresh potatoes spoil in weeks and take up a ton of storage space. Powdered potato flakes last for years when stored properly. They provide a reliable source of carbohydrates, essential B vitamins, and potassium, supporting energy, nerve function, and muscle health during extended periods when food access is limited. This makes them particularly valuable for families who need foods that maintain energy levels without constant resupply. The problem powdered potato flakes solve is simple but crucial. In survival situations, the energy-dense foods are absolutely essential to maintain stamina, especially for families performing physical tasks, taking care of children, or dealing with stressful conditions. Powdered potatoes provide a flexible carbohydrate source that can be prepared quickly with minimal fuel and water, filling the gap left by staples that require longer cooking times or more complex preparation. Use them as mashed potatoes. Throw them into soups and stews, or mix them with oats or flour to create more substantial meals. Storage and shelf life is where powdered potato flakes excel. Keep them in airtight containers, preferably mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, in a cool, dry environment, and they last 10 to 15 years without losing quality. They require far less space than fresh potatoes, and they're lightweight, allowing families to stock a meaningful supply even when storage areas are limited. Unlike canned potatoes, which are heavy and may contain preservatives, powdered potato flakes deliver long-term nutrition efficiently with minimal hassle. Cost standpoint, powdered potato flakes are highly affordable, often just a few dollars per pound when you buy in bulk. Their high calorie content, roughly 1,600 calories per pound, makes them an extremely economical choice for families prepping for extended emergencies. This cost efficiency combined with shelf life and versatility gives them a value per serving that few other survival foods can match. Mistakes people make: storing them in containers that aren't airtight, exposing them to heat or moisture, or relying on pre-flavored varieties that often contain additives reducing shelf life. So another frequent error is underestimating how much to stock. A practical guideline is 10 to 15 pounds per person for medium-term prep, with 20 to 25 pounds per person providing a robust supply for long-term scenarios. The key takeaway: powdered potato flakes are nutrient-rich, long-lasting, and practical survival food. Their combination of calorie density, shelf stability, and preparation flexibility makes them a critical tool for families building a reliable long-term food system. Store them properly, and they ensure energy and meal variety remain available even under extended disruption. Item number 4, canned protein. Canned protein combines convenience, long shelf life, and essential nutrition, making it a cornerstone of any long-term emergency pantry. Fresh meat spoils rapidly, so canned protein stays safe and edible for years when stored correctly, providing a ready source of protein, healthy fats, and essential micronutrients like iron, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids. This makes it particularly valuable for maintaining muscle mass, energy, and overall health during prolonged disruptions when fresh protein is completely unavailable. Canned protein is also versatile and ready to eat straight from the can and requires no cooking or refrigeration, which becomes crucial during power outages or fuel shortages. The problem canned protein solves is obvious. Protein is essential for survival, but fresh meat is perishable, and relying solely on dry staples will leave your family deficient in critical nutrients. Canned protein fills this gap, delivering high-quality nutrition in a compact, shelf-stable form. It's particularly useful when cooking resources are limited or families need to stretch their staples while maintaining adequate protein intake. Canned tuna, salmon, chicken, or sardines can be eaten directly from the can, added to soups or stews, or combined with powdered potatoes or oats to create complete, balanced meals. Storage and shelf life are key advantages. Store canned protein in a cool, dry location and keep it free from dents or rust. Most canned proteins last 3 to 5 years, and in many cases remain safe to consume well beyond the labeled best by date. Their compact, uniform shape makes them easy to stack and organize even in limited storage space, providing flexibility and accessibility in an emergency. Unlike perishable protein sources, canned options don't require refrigeration, making them ideal for families with limited storage or unpredictable conditions. Cost-wise, canned protein is affordable and widely available. It's slightly more expensive per calorie than staples like oats or powdered potatoes. But the convenience, nutritional value, and shelf stability absolutely justify the investment. Popular budget-friendly options like canned tuna or chicken cost just $1 to $2 per can, providing around 20 to 25 grams of protein per serving. Higher-end options like salmon offer additional omega-3 fats and micronutrients, adding further nutritional value for only a slightly higher cost. Common mistakes: relying solely on canned protein for long-term sustenance, overstocking without rotating, or failing to rotate supplies into regular meals, which leads to waste. It's recommended to store a strategic amount, roughly 5 to 10 cans per person per month, for medium-term prep. Larger family supplies ranging from 30 to 50 cans should be rotated regularly to maintain freshness and avoid waste. The key takeaway: canned protein is an indispensable survival food. Its combination of long shelf life, nutritional density, and ready-to-eat convenience ensures families maintain adequate protein intake and overall health during emergencies. Store it properly, rotate it regularly, and canned protein bridges the gap between dry staples and fresh ingredients, making it a critical component of any long-term survival system. Item number 5, powdered eggs. Powdered eggs are an exceptional long-lasting survival food, offering high-quality protein, essential fats, and vital micronutrients like vitamin D, choline, and selenium, all in a shelf-stable format. Fresh eggs spoil within weeks and require careful refrigeration. Powdered eggs can last 10 to 15 years when stored properly in sealed, airtight containers with oxygen absorbers. They provide a compact, lightweight source of complete protein, making them invaluable for families needing to maintain strength, energy, and cognitive function during prolonged emergencies. Their versatility also allows them to be used in baking, scrambled or fried dishes, omelets, or even combined with other staples like oats or powdered potatoes to boost nutritional content across the board. The problem powdered eggs solve is multifaceted. Protein is critical for long-term survival, but fresh meat and dairy often require refrigeration or cooking resources that simply won't be available in crisis situations. Yes, powdered eggs bridge this gap perfectly, supplying a nutrient-dense, shelf-stable protein source that can be quickly reconstituted with water and incorporated into various meals. Unlike canned meats, powdered eggs are lightweight and compact, making them ideal for storage in limited spaces or situations where you might need to move. Additionally, powdered eggs provide essential fats that help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins and maintain overall health under stressful conditions. Storage and shelf life is where powdered eggs truly shine. Keep them in airtight containers away from heat, moisture, and light, and they remain usable for over a decade, far outlasting most perishable proteins. To maximize durability, store them in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers inside a cool, dry environment. Unlike fresh eggs, they're not vulnerable to cracking, pests, or sudden spoilage, providing a reliable supply even in unpredictable situations. Cost-wise, powdered eggs are surprisingly affordable, especially when purchased in bulk. A single pound can provide 20 to 25 servings of eggs, which translates to a fraction of the cost of fresh eggs while offering far superior shelf life. For families looking to stock a long-term pantry, powdered eggs provide an economical way to secure complete protein and essential nutrients without the waste or storage limitations associated with perishable items. Common mistakes: storing powdered eggs in containers that aren't airtight, exposing them to heat or moisture, or buying pre-flavored or fortified varieties that may shorten shelf life. It's also important not to underestimate the quantity needed. A practical guideline is 5 to 10 pounds per person for medium-term prep, with 15 to 20 pounds providing a robust supply for long-term emergencies. The key takeaway: powdered eggs are a long-lasting, nutrient-dense, versatile survival food. Their combination of shelf stability, compact storage, and high-quality protein makes them an essential component of any long-term emergency food system. Store them properly and they provide families with the protein and nutrients necessary to stay healthy, energized, and resilient even when fresh foods are completely unavailable. Item number 6, freeze-dried vegetables. Freeze-dried vegetables are a critical, long-lasting survival food, providing essential vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that are difficult, if not impossible, to obtain from staple carbs and proteins alone. Fresh vegetables spoil within days. Freeze-dried vegetables can last 20 to 25 years when stored correctly in sealed, airtight containers with oxygen absorbers. They maintain most of their nutritional content and flavor, making them one of the most reliable ways to ensure families get vital nutrients during extended emergencies. From leafy greens to peas, carrots, and bell peppers, these vegetables can be rehydrated quickly or added directly to meals for added texture, flavor, and nutrition. The problem freeze-dried vegetables solve is straightforward but often completely overlooked. Long-term survival diets tend to focus on calorie-dense staples like oats, potatoes, or canned protein. These provide energy and macronutrients but severely lack micronutrients. Without adequate vitamins and minerals, deficiencies develop fast, weakening immunity, tanking energy levels, and compromising overall health. Freeze-dried vegetables fill this gap, offering a shelf-stable way to maintain balanced nutrition, prevent illness, and support sustained energy even when fresh produce is unavailable. They also help maintain variety and palatability in meals, which is absolutely critical for morale over weeks or months of limited food options. Storage and shelf life are among the most compelling reasons to include freeze-dried vegetables in any pantry. Keep them in cool, dry conditions and properly sealed, and they remain usable for decades. Their lightweight, compact packaging makes them ideal for families with limited storage space or those preparing mobile emergency kits. Unlike canned vegetables, they don't add significant weight. Unlike frozen vegetables, they require no refrigeration or electricity, making them perfect for long-term preparedness. Cost-wise, freeze-dried vegetables are more expensive than basic staples like oats or powdered potatoes. But their shelf life and nutritional value absolutely justify the investment. Bulk purchasing and selecting versatile vegetable mixes can reduce cost per serving while ensuring a balanced supply of essential nutrients. For families focused on long-term survival, freeze-dried vegetables are an investment in health and resilience that can't be replicated by standard canned or fresh alternatives. Common mistakes: storing them improperly in humid conditions, buying small single-use packages that are difficult to rotate efficiently, or relying on pre-seasoned varieties that may contain added salts and preservatives, reducing long-term health benefits. A practical guideline is to stock 5 to 10 pounds per person, providing a meaningful daily intake of vegetables that supports overall nutrition. Rotating portions into everyday meals before emergencies ensures nothing goes to waste. The key takeaway: freeze-dried vegetables are an indispensable survival food, bridging the gap between calories and actual nutrition. They offer decades of shelf life, essential micronutrients, and meal versatility, making them a cornerstone of any long-term preparedness pantry. For families aiming to maintain health, energy, and immunity under extended disruptions, freeze-dried vegetables are absolutely non-negotiable. How these long-lasting foods destroy rice and beans. Rice and beans have been considered survival staples forever. But let's be honest, they're far from perfect. On their own, they provide calories and basic protein, sure, but they lack certain nutrients, flexibility, and even long-term shelf stability in some cases. Relying solely on rice and beans leaves massive gaps in essential vitamins, minerals, and fats, which will compromise your health during extended emergencies faster than you think. The 6 foods highlighted here: rolled oats, honey, powdered potato flakes, powdered eggs, canned protein, and freeze-dried vegetables, offer a far more complete survival system. Each one brings unique advantages that rice and beans simply can't match. Oats and potato flakes provide versatile, calorie-dense carbohydrates that can be prepared with minimal fuel or effort. Powdered eggs and canned protein deliver high-quality protein and essential fats to maintain muscle mass, energy levels, and cognitive function. Freeze-dried vegetables supply the vital micronutrients and fiber your body needs to stay healthy. And honey offers natural sugars, immune support, and a virtually indefinite shelf life. Together, these foods clearly outperform rice and beans in several critical ways. Shelf life that actually matters. Many of these foods last decades when stored correctly, far outlasting standard rice and beans. This longevity provides a level of reliability, adaptability, and stability that's critical in long-term preparedness situations. You're not constantly worrying about rotation or spoilage. Nutritional completeness. These foods offer a way more complete nutritional profile. They provide not only calories and protein, but also essential fats and micronutrients, helping to reduce the risk of deficiencies that occur when you're relying solely on rice and beans. This ensures families maintain energy, strength, and overall health over extended periods without falling apart physically. Preparation. Simplicity. Most of these foods can be cooked with minimal fuel or even eaten directly without cooking at all. That makes them far easier to work with in situations where water, power, or time is severely limited. Unlike rice and beans, which require boiling and soaking to even be edible and digestible, these alternatives save both resources and effort when you can least afford to waste either. Meal flexibility and variety. These foods can be mixed, matched, and combined into a wide variety of meals, helping prevent meal fatigue and improve morale during long-term survival scenarios. Their versatility allows for actual creativity in cooking while still meeting your body's essential nutritional needs. You're not eating the same bland crap every single day. Budget-friendly resilience. Each food provides high survival value at a low cost per calorie, enabling families to build a long-term pantry without breaking the budget or going into debt. This combination of durability, nutrition, ease of use, flexibility, and affordability makes these long-lasting foods a massively superior alternative to relying solely on rice and beans. In short, while rice and beans are decent basics and have their place, this curated selection creates an actual survival system, not just a pantry with random stuff thrown in. It's a solid foundation that keeps families healthy, energized, and genuinely resilient during months of uncertainty and chaos. That's exactly why these long-lasting foods truly beat traditional staples without question. Final thoughts. Build your system out. Preparedness isn't about panicking or going to extremes and living in a bunker. It's about having quiet confidence, knowing your family can survive and stay healthy even when conditions aren't ideal and the world outside is falling apart. These 6 foods, rolled oats, honey, powdered potato flakes, powdered eggs, canned protein, and freeze-dried vegetables, aren't gimmicks or ridiculously expensive luxury items marketed to paranoid people. They're practical, long-lasting, and proven staples that form the backbone of a survival pantry that actually works when tested. Each one plays a unique, essential role: calories, protein, essential nutrients, and flexibility under stress. Together, they create a system that keeps families fed, strong, and genuinely resilient when everything else is uncertain. Building a long-term pantry doesn't happen overnight or in a single shopping trip. It happens gradually, one smart purchase at a time. Start small, buy what fits your budget right now, rotate intelligently so nothing goes to waste, and focus on quality over variety. Don't try to buy everything at once. Every bag you add, every can you stock, every step forward builds real stability and resilience for your household. Now, the question isn't whether you can afford to prepare, it's whether you can afford not to. The time to act is right now, before shortages hit, before price spikes make everything unaffordable, or before disruptions make smart decisions harder or impossible. Even adding just one of these items to your pantry today is real progress toward actual preparedness. Don't wait. Which of these 6 foods will you start with? Do you already have a pantry item you absolutely swear by that we didn't include here? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Your tip or experience could genuinely help another family build their survival system and avoid costly mistakes. If this guide helped you or opened your eyes to gaps in your current setup, share it with someone you care about. Preparedness spreads best when entire communities prepare together instead of everyone